Listen, Tim was calling in on the interview we had with Assemblyman Brindisi and the education lawsuit, which was just recently thrown out. Tim in Utica, go ahead. You're on the radio, Tim. Your moment to
yes.
pipe in.
Yes. I believe Brindisi is a tax and spend liberal. This stuff has to be paid for somehow, and we all pay for it. Now, the taxes in New York State are outrageous everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm planning on retiring to a place like Alabama or Mississippi,
where the education is right up there, A-OK.
Well, right, but I don't care.
You don't
I don't
care,
have minor
right.
children, so I don't care anymore. But he makes it sound like they're a bunch of hayseed picks.
Well, I like that description myself. Listen,
yes.
I got Tim. I have to say this: if you listen to what he said, he didn't say raise taxes.
He did. Yes.
What he said was, when you look at a place like Westchester County, where their average housing costs there are what dramatically higher than they have an amazing tax base there that we don't have. Why would you pay a wealthy school district more? Why would you pay them any aid whatsoever? Why should a wealthy school district get state aid, which is meant to benefit cities that can't raise enough money to provide public education?
Well, you have a point there. Yes,
I think I do.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I think when I know the tax and spend liberal thing, Anthony Brindisi, I find him to be fairly moderate, to be honest with you. He supports gun rights. I'm not here to defend Anthony Brindisi, but he's also been on a board of education where he understands. He's been there. He was on Utica's board of education, and I've watched this. I don't understand. You know why this is happening? This formula stinks because those downstate legislators have more power. They don't want to go back to their constituents and say, hey, listen, all our tax dollars are going upstate to provide for education upstate. So they instead fight to have aid to their school district. Imagine, Tim, if you, working a good job, you're retired now, you have good pay. Imagine if you got to get welfare benefits your whole life. It just wouldn't make sense. Why do we give to the wealthy as well as the poor? It doesn't make any sense. So don't raise taxes, but change the formula so it doesn't go to wasteful places to appease these greedy politicians downstate. That's my take on it.
Well, my major gripe is with the property tax.
Right. Well, that's tied to education. Yeah.
And if I fail to pay it for 3 years, they can kick me out of my own home.
Yeah.
And people who rent, it's the reason why we have such high rental rates. And having a roof over your head is a basic necessity, and they're taxing us to death on something that's a basic necessity. Would
you agree, though, that giving to the wealthy, giving benefits to the wealthy, isn't what that school aid is all about?
Oh, absolutely not. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Well, I watch you on television. Why do you keep Andrew over in the corner there? Well, we can't see him.
It's a very good question.
He's behind a glass wall.
Andrew is tough to look at. That's what we've come to the conclusion that no.
Here's the simple reason, Tim, because Andrew's in there screening phone calls and lining up guests. If he's in the same room with us, you're going to hear him talking in the background. Yeah. It's very distracting.
So we put him behind a glass booth. But we should get a camera on Andrew. You're right, Tim. And we can do that. All right. Tim, we all agree taxes are just too damn high. But if we could find a way to get our education paid for so that our kids can get the same education as a kid from Westchester County without taxes going up, it would make sense.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, Tim. We're kind of on the same page here.
I just did a quick Google search.
By the way, we're moving to New Hartford because...
by the way, that guy that's 145 years old, that's a hoax.
You think that's are you telling me that it is officially a hoax?
I believe it's a hoax because we're talking about a third world country where they don't keep good records. My grandma just passed away a month ago, and she was 98 years old. And she was born in the year 1918.
Yep.
And when she retired back in 1980, and she was applying for Social Security benefits, come to find out the county clerk, the place had burnt down. And she couldn't get a birth certificate.
Her own records in this country.
Yeah. Yes, and this is in this country, which is supposed to be a first world country, but this is way back. She was born in 1980.
Right. Well,
she went through a whole hassle to prove how old she was. Yeah.
I will tell you this, Tim. In all fairness, I just looked at a picture of the guy. He does not look 145. He looks 180. Just for the record,
he looks like one of those mummified people. The mummy.
If he's looking for another wife, I guess they have Viagra over there.
They do. He's going to need it. He's going to need a lot of it.
I agree with Tim.
I appreciate your call, Tim. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
I agree with Tim on the record keeping.
Tim and Utica.
Okay, Bill, I'm going to ask you a question. The median price of a home in Westchester County is?
Median.
The median price.
I believe in Westchester County. I believe. I guess I don't know the answer, but I'll throw it out. I'd say 600,000.
Very good. 549.
Wow. Yeah.
549,000.
I mean, that gives you. That's the median house price. The median house price here is like I don't know, 20,000 or something. It's
according to Zillow, it's 82.9.
82.9 in the region.
In Utica.
In Utica, it's 82.9.
Well. In Westchester County, it is 549,000. Now, the median home value.
Think about the dollars they can raise, which is why those kids have all these programs. But we're giving them aid. Why would you give aid to a community that doesn't need it? That's what the argument is about here. It's not about we need to raise your taxes. This is all because those legislators don't want to go back to their constituents and say, oh, by the way, we're not going to get you state aid this year because we make enough money, we don't need it. They can't go back to their constituents because they'll never get elected again. That's what this is all about. Typical New York State politics.